All right, as you can see, I'm inside my car right now, and I am sitting in a Sparco Evo QRT. So as you can see, this is the Sparco full bucket seat, and on my right, that's a Sparco R100. So today, we're gonna decide which seat is better and which seat gives you a better value for your buck. So this is 300 bucks, this is 900 bucks, and let's get into it. Before I take out the seats and talk to you about them, there's one thing that I have to do. So as you can see here, this is the full bucket seat. It has this ridge right here. And when you're going in and out of the bucket seat, it rubs on this and it wears down. Also, if you didn't know, I have to take this car to get its engine rebuilt at my friend's place, Juan's place. So for ease of getting in and out, I need to take this bucket seat out and put in the bucket seat that I have upstairs. And then swap that bucket seat to this side, and then the one that I have upstairs to that side because of how it wears. So with that out of the way, let's get these bucket seats and the reclinable one out. So let's go over the basics of these seats. This is a full bucket seat. It is molded from fiberglass. As you can see, it's very shiny. It's one piece. It's FIA approved. It's very safe, comfortable, and the skin is removable as well as the pillows. So this has a price tag of $900, and that seat over there has a price tag of, I think, $360. It was $280 when I bought it. Maybe $400, $300 bucks. Let's just say $300, okay? And you can just tell the color difference. That's a little bit more gray, this is a little bit more dark. And this cloth has a depth to it. While this one's a little bit more shiny and silky, and there's stitching on it. So this one already looks cheaper, which it is. Let's look at the curve of it. So this one's molded for comfort, for racing. It's FIA approved. This one seems like it's trying too hard to be a bucket seat. And I don't mean to hate on it. It was a great beginner seat, but as you can tell, you know, it's flat while this is curved in every portion. Same with that. This, of course, is reclinable. This is not. And it is reclinable with plastic handles that are provided that attach on to right there. As you can see, there's not a handle right there because this was used on the passenger side. But I will say, once you put the handles on and you try to take it off, the clips break, which is, there you go, that way. So yeah, that's the basics of these two seats. Also, another thing with bucket seats is that these things right there, you see those things pointing out? Those are for your shoulders to keep you in place with the harness so you don't slide around. And as you can see right here, the hole fits perfectly. And the shoulder things, I'll call them the shoulder pads, whatever, they like hug my shoulders and make sure I don't go anywhere. On this seat, these little shoulder pad things are just for looks. So let's go on to the other seat. As you can see, I can move my hands, arms, whatever. And you see my shoulders right here? They're not even supported by anything. Here's the shoulder support. It doesn't do anything, it's just for looks. See, like I need to be extremely tall just to like have that support my shoulders. And I know that's not right because these holes for the harnesses, they're supposed to be like above the shoulder things, like over here. Again, let me get on that seat and show you what it's supposed to be like. Okay, see, nice and tight, and the shoulders keep me gripped in, you know what I'm saying? And the harness pass-throughs are at the correct location. So this is basically like a poser bucket seat, a fake bucket seat, and there's other options for the price that would be way better than this Sparco R100. So there are options like NRG seats. Personally, I don't know, I never liked how they looked, so I wouldn't buy them. But for like around the same price as this, I think these Sparco R100s go for like $300, $400 now. You could get like a full bucket seat from NRG, or even better, I love the company D&D. They make cool steering wheels, cool like shift knob accessories like that, as well as really good reclinable bucket seats. And for me, as a kid, I always liked Sparco because of Fast and Furious, and I don't know, that's the name you saw everywhere back in the 2000s. But another few good brands, like really good brands if you want like an expensive quality seat, it's probably Recaro. You've seen them everywhere. They're in some factory vehicles as well. as well as Bride, whatever. Like if you're a JDM fanatic, you like the hot boy spec, you like the 2000s culture of tuner cars, get a Bride seat. They are like $3,000. You could get a fake one if you want, but in my personal opinion, if you're gonna get a seat that's holding your body, which is the most expensive asset that you have, because health bills in the US is crazy, might as well get something that's like FIA approved and something that's extremely safe, extremely secure, proven, and comfortable. Because if you're in a cool car and your back hurts, first of all, that's gonna suck. Second of all, you're not gonna like driving that car. And third of all, you're gonna hate yourself 20 years from now when you have back problems. So, in my opinion, $300 versus $900, I'm choosing the $900 one all day, every day. I'll save up for a few more months, just get another one of these, or even a better brand like Recaro or Bride, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry, this is not the end of the video, because I want to add more depth to my videos and show y'all what I'm doing. So this one is from the passenger side. I'm gonna have to put that upstairs on my sim rig, because on my sim rig I'm wearing off this portion. I'll put in a video right now. And just to prevent that wear and flip sides, basically just how you flip a tire on a cambered car, I'm gonna put this on the sim rig. I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna put this on the driver's side, and then I'm gonna put the sim rig one on the passenger side, and then I'm gonna put this baby right there, the one that I'm sitting on, the expensive one, in my room and safe while the rebuild is happening on my car. So yeah, that's that. Let's get into it. So as you can see, there are no seats in the car. I need to take off that center console. I'll put a time lapse for y'all, and I'm taking all these things out to make it easier for me when I'm taking out the transmission and helping Juan with the engine rebuild. He's a mastermind with 2JZs, as well as his brother's masterminds of 2JZs. His older brother taught him how to work on a 2JZ when he was 12. So basically, I trust him. I'm leaving my car at his place for maybe 2 or 3 months, but we both have full-time jobs. For me, my job is college, as well as a little bit of other work that I do, including YouTube. He has a full-time job, so it's gonna take a while, but it's gonna be worth it because I trust him, I trust his hands, and I trust his work. So I'm gonna give y'all a time lapse of me taking this apart, as well as putting in the seats and stuff like that. So if this time lapse was silent, it's gonna be a little weird, so I'm gonna add a little bit of music in the background. And as you can see right now, I'm taking apart the center console, just the shift boot, the handbrake boot, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what music I'm gonna put in the background, but I'm gonna put something. And I'm also gonna take out all my personal belongings before I take my car to Juan's. So it's the next morning. I got lazy, so I went to sleep. But this is the interior now. It is kind of gutted. I kept this on there so I could drive it to Juan's house. This is all the wiring to my LEDs that came with the car. I also wired this in, which is pretty neat. I like that a lot. This custom thing over here was from eBay. It really helps keeping the smell and the heat out from the transom, since this was an automatic car. So yeah, after this, I'm going to take out any personal belongings, since this car will be at Juan's house for a few months. And I'm going to put in the seats, and I'll give you a time lapse for that as well. So right now, I have to put in the driver's seat as well as the passenger seat. But I forgot that I have to modify the seat buckle bracket. So I have to do that as well. And don't tell anyone, but the bolts that put my seats to the frame of the car are kind of stripped. I don't know if they're stripped or not. They're just difficult to go in and out, so that's what I'm doing right now. So I finally got the old seats in. I swapped them. So here's the wear side. That was supposed to be on this side, so I don't wear through that. Right there. Hopefully you could see it. There you go. That's the wear side. So I flipped it. So this was on the driver's side originally when I got the seats. Now it's on the passenger side, and that side is fresh. Same here. This side was getting worn down, and now this side is fresh. I also took out the center console so I could drop the trans easy. You know, I also took the wires and removed the LEDs. So everything is clean, everything is nice, and everything's ready for the rebuild.